Most people got their heads all twisted up. They think if they don't see results in the first 2 days, they're done. They're ready to tap out before the fight even starts. That's the bullshit mentality that holds people back. You got to quit losing your shit just because the process is rough. Yeah, the struggle is real, but so the fuck what? We're not built to be patient anymore. We live in a world where you can Google whatever the hell you want and get an answer in seconds. Nobody wants to wait. But here's the cold, hard truth. If you want to lose weight, quit drinking, or push through the hell you're facing, it's going to take time. A lot of goddamn time, man. It's going to take patience, and you're going to hit rock bottom over and over again. Man, there's no fast lane to success. You can't connect the dots looking forward, only looking back. So you've got to trust that those dots will connect somewhere down the line. Trust in your gut, your destiny, life, karma, whatever the hell you believe in. That trust is what will give you the balls to follow your heart. Even when it takes you down a road most people wouldn't dare to walk. Most people spend their whole damn lives running from failure. I've been knocked down more times than I can count. Failed the ASVAB 3 times, washed out of rescue in the Air Force, took 3 tries to get through Navy SEAL training, and broke the pull-up record on my 3rd attempt. Every one of those failures set me up for success. You can't be afraid to fail. Every failure is a stepping stone to something greater. Stay hard. Stay in the fight. You don't start by saying, I'm going to build the biggest, baddest wall ever. Nah, man, you start with 1 brick. You lay that brick as perfectly as it can be laid with every ounce of energy you've got. You do that day in and day out, and guess what? Before you know it, you've got a wall that's indestructible. That first step, it's a motherfucker, no doubt about it. Doesn't matter if it's a big ass leap or a tiny shuffle forward. The size of the step ain't the point. What matters is that you move. You've got to drag yourself out of that comfort zone and start pushing in the right direction. That's how you break through the bullshit that holds you back. Most people freeze up because they're too busy staring at the fucking mountain, overwhelmed by how massive the task looks. But here's the deal, I never see the mountain. All I see is the next brick. We get trapped, man. We convince ourselves that we need everything mapped out before we make a move. That's some weak ass thinking. You don't need a damn roadmap. You don't even need to know where the hell you're headed. All you need is the guts to take that first step and leave your past behind. The real power, it's in making that choice to move no matter what. Living in your past victories is a fucking trap, man. If you say, I'm going to push myself for 30 days or I'm going to run this 1 marathon and then you're done, you're setting yourself up to fail. That drive fades because you haven't lined up the next challenge. Obstacles are where the growth happens. You need that friction, that constant struggle. Without it, you're just coasting, and coasting ain't gonna get you anywhere. No friction, no growth. Period. When you're grinding, chasing that dream of yours, the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. And let me tell you, that victory ain't just about reaching the goal, it's about who you become in the process. That struggle, that pain, that's where the magic happens, man. It's where you build character, develop courage, and grow your faith. Every time you look in the mirror, you see a different person staring back, a stronger, tougher version of yourself. You know you faced the fire, and you didn't back down. You did it hard, and that's why it means something. So you've got this big ass dream, and it feels so real, so close you can almost reach out and grab it. But here's the brutal truth. If you dream big enough, somewhere along that journey, that dream is going to turn into a motherfucking nightmare. And when it does, you'll start asking yourself all kinds of questions. Am I good enough? Why the hell am I even here? Trust me, I've been there. Those doubts, those fears, they'll come flooding in. And if you don't have the answers, you're going to want to quit. But the answers, they're buried in the grind, in the repetitions. Every single rep you put in, every drop of sweat, every tear, that's where the answers are. Never forget the work you've done to get to where you are. Embrace the suck, adapt to it, and let it fuel you. That's how you stay hard. That's how you stay in the fight. You keep pushing, no matter how dark it gets. Stay in the fight. Anytime you decide to break out from being average and aim for something exceptional, get ready, people aren't gonna like that shit. Those regular ass folks, they'll see you grinding, pushing yourself, and it's gonna make them feel like shit. Why? Because your hustle shines a light on their laziness, their comfort zone. And when they feel that sting, they're gonna judge you. But here's the real bitch of it, today's cowards don't even have the balls to say it to your face. Nah, they hide behind Instagram and social media, posting their weak ass comments from the safety of their screens. Don't let those cowards get in your head. They're just noise. I had to invent a motherfucker who didn't exist. I had to create a guy who could take any pain, any suffering, any bullshit thrown his way, whether it was being called every name in the book or judged left and right, and still stand tall, look them in the eye and say, go fuck yourself. That's how you build a callous mind, and I built mine through suffering. Understand these haters are always going to be there. Embrace them. They're proof you're on the right path. Hell, you can walk on water and they still find something to hate on. They'd say you can't swim. So shut out the noise and embrace the fact that not everyone likes you. That's how you know you're doing something right. Stay hard. I don't waste time thinking about people who've wronged me or situations that tried to fuck me over. When you reach a point where you're truly happy with who you are, no one can fuck with you anymore. They might try, but it won't touch you. And here's the thing, what's up with people these days? Spending so much time trying to convince every single person they know that they're going to be what they say they're going to be. Screw that. Let your actions do the talking. If you're really about that life, you don't need anyone's approval. You just need to stay hard, stay focused, and keep moving forward. Here's the hard truth. Nobody's going to believe in you until you've already done the damn thing. Nobody's going to come cheering you on, celebrating your wins, until you've already crossed that finish line. The work, yeah, that's got to come before the belief. You're going to have to grind, bust your ass, and sweat in the dark with no applause, no trophies, and no one telling you, good job, you'll be out there in the trenches alone for a long fucking time. But then when you start to build something, when the momentum kicks in and the results start to show suddenly, people start to pay attention. They see the movement, they see you doing the damn thing, and then just maybe you'll get a little belief from them. But man, that belief, it's got to start with you. Once you see the first spark, you're going to start believing just a little. And then what? You're going to dig deeper, push harder, do a little more work. That work builds on itself, and then the results come and more people start to believe. But don't get it twisted. Nobody's going to believe in you when you haven't done shit yet. Your headspace. You better own that shit. Too many people are out here renting their minds to others, letting every little opinion control how they feel about themselves. Not me. I'm paying rent on my own fucking mind. I put the down payment down, and now I'm making payments every damn day. You don't control my thoughts anymore, I do. No one's clapping for you at the start. No one's rooting for you. Hell, no one should be. You think people are just gonna roll out the red carpet? Fuck no. You might have a few buddies saying, yeah, go get it, but even they don't fully get it. And that's fine. That's real. You gotta be okay with that. Stop wasting your breath trying to make everyone understand your grind. They won't. They can't. They don't have the fucking capacity to see what you see. They'll never grasp why you're pushing yourself to the edge, why you're doing shit that scares the hell out of them. So quit trying to make them see it and start using that energy to get shit done. Listen, if you want people to believe in you, don't fucking beg for it. Earn it, man, earn it. Go out there and build something so undeniable that they have no choice but to notice. And even then, some won't, but who gives a fuck? You're not doing this for them. So here's the truth, roadblocks are coming. Haters are coming. Doubters, even in your own family, are coming. They'll question your every move, call you crazy, say you're wasting your time and money. Let them fucking talk. You're not here to make them understand. You're here to fucking crush it, to go places they can't even dream of. And when you get there, you won't need their applause. You'll have your victory. And that's all that matters. Here's the thing, be damn careful about who you let into your circle. When you're surrounded by average, all you're gonna hear is what they can't do. And they're gonna try to project that shit onto you. I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, guess what? That's their fucking problem, not ours. What they can't do has nothing to do with what we can do. People are out here telling you to be harmless, to play nice, to sit in the goddamn corner and not make waves. They want you to tame that beast inside you, put it in a cage and throw away the key. They say, don't be too fucking competitive, don't be fucking too aggressive, don't fucking push too hard bullshit. That's the kind of weak ass mentality that keeps you average, keeps you soft. You need to unleash the monster within, become a beast, a goddamn savage. And then once you've harnessed that raw, unfiltered power, learn to control it. But don't you ever, ever let that fire die down. What do you do when people treat you like a damn doormat? You stand the fuck up and let them know who the hell they're dealing with. Think about a dog when it starts feeling threatened. It doesn't roll over and take it. No, it stands up a little taller, gets a little louder and shows its damn teeth. A growl is a warning, a line in the sand. Even a kid knows when a dog growls, it's telling you back the fuck off. And if that doesn't work, the dog shows his teeth, another level of warning that says, you're about to cross a line you don't want to cross, then comes the bark loud, sharp, and commanding. That bark demands respect and attention. It says, I'm not fucking around, you need to learn how to growl, how to bark, how to show your teeth, and most importantly, how to stand tall with your posture correct, not just physically, but mentally. Don't let anyone treat you like shit. You've got to command respect, or people will walk all over you. We're so damn scared of the truth, always tiptoeing around with soft words, trying not to hurt anyone's feelings. Fuck that. Tell yourself the truth, no matter how much it stings. If someone calls you fat, they might be an asshole, but they might also be right. If they call you dumb, maybe they're just being mean, but maybe you've got some learning to do. It's life, man. Take that hard truth and use it as fuel. That shitty feeling you get when someone points out your flaws. That's your fucking wake-up call. Use it, harness it, and change what you need to change. Mediocrity is a warm, comfortable blanket, and that's why so many people wrap themselves up in it. We surround ourselves with mediocre people because they let us off the hook. They give us a pass when life gets tough, telling us it's okay to fucking quit, to settle. But those aren't the people you want in your corner. You need to be with the ones who are out there grinding every damn day, who push you, challenge you, make you uncomfortable as hell. Those people, the ones who hold you accountable and question who you are, they're the ones who make you better. And that discomfort, that's where growth happens. That's where you find out what you're really made of. So stop running from the hard shit and start seeking it out. That's how you get strong. That's how you stay hard. You've got to learn to stay hard, grow some thick skin, and do what's right, not what's easy. If you're always looking for the soft words, the gentle touch, you're never going to learn a damn thing. Life isn't about being coddled. It's about getting hit, getting back up, and coming back stronger, man. You might get called all kinds of names, fat, stupid, some racist shit, or homophobic slurs. Let them say it. They don't own you. What matters is what you do with it. Are you going to let their words control your life, or are you going to flip that shit on its head and use it as fuel? Years from now, they'll be reading about you because you took that pain, that insult, and turned it into power. Imagine a day where no one recognizes you, where you're free from all the expectations and judgments of others. What would you do? I'll tell you what I'd do, nothing different. I dropped that people-pleasing bullshit a long time ago. I don't waste my time trying to be something for someone else. I say no when I mean no, and I don't lose sleep over it. There's real power in not giving a fuck about what people think. When you can go on a podcast and say, ask me anything, I don't care, that's freedom. That's strength. Put your life on a billboard for the whole world to see and let them judge. Who gives a damn? Their opinions don't define you. Talking about the shit I've been through makes me feel strong. Like every time I share my story, that massive weight I've been carrying starts to lift. That's why I don't hide anything. I'm done being afraid, done lying about how good I'm not. I'm here to tell you the raw truth because that's what sets you free. How many times have you heard this bullshit? Always show up positive, always bring your positivity people love to preach that feel-good crap. But let me tell you something, they're only asking you to bring half of you, to bring half of yourself to the table. They're telling you to ignore the other half, the side that's dark, gritty, and real as hell. But here's the truth, you've got to bring it all. You've got to bring the light and the dark, the good and the bad. You've got to face those skeletons in your closet because they know you better than you know yourself. They're the parts of you that you've been running from, but they're also the parts that make you who you are. My circle is damn small, and that's on purpose. I don't need people around me who are just going to pat me on the back for waking up in the morning. I don't want that fake ass praise. I want people who are going to be brutally honest with me, who will look me in the eye and tell me when I'm fucking up. I want people in my corner who are real, who've been through their own shit and are accountable for their own lives. I need someone who's going to say, hey man, you're being a dumbass today. You're not getting after it. You're slacking. That's the kind of truth that keeps you sharp, that keeps you pushing forward. Too many of you are handpicking people to be in your corner who just kiss your ass. You don't need that shit. You don't need that shit. You don't need people who are going to coddle you, man, make you feel all warm and fuzzy when you haven't done a damn thing to earn it. If you're harmless, you're not virtuous, you're just fucking harmless. You're like a rabbit, just sitting there waiting to get eaten because you can't do a damn thing to stop it. That's not virtue, that's weakness. But if you've got the monster inside you and you can control it, that's when you're virtuous. That's when you're dangerous in the best way possible. But don't forget you have to be a monster. A lot of you aren't proud of who you are. You don't like the person you've become, the life you're living. So do what I did, start from scratch. Tear down everything you hate and build someone you can be proud of. Someone who wakes up every morning ready to tear through whatever stands in your way. Stay hard. In life, most of us are walking around thinking we're busting our asses when we're barely scratching the surface. You think because you got up early for a few days, suddenly you've turned into a badass? Hell no, that's the kind of entitled bullshit mindset that holds you back. You've got to drop that nonsense, stop overestimating your effort, and face the brutal truth you're not working as hard as you think you are. Trust me, most of you haven't even tapped into your real potential. You want something in this life? Learn to help yourself. Stop waiting for someone to come and save your ass. No one's coming. It's on you. Stay hard. Your mind is like a medieval torture device, always working against you. It's the only damn thing in this world that shows up on time, every time ready to screw with you. It has the tactical advantage because it knows you better than anyone else ever could. It knows your fears, your insecurities, all that dark shit you try to hide. And if you don't get to know your mind as well as it knows you, you're already losing the battle. We've all got two voices in our heads, and believe me, I've heard them both loud and clear. Hell, I hear them right now. There's that one voice, the one that's all soft and sweet, whispering in your ear to take it easy. Go ahead, sleep in. It's okay, it says. It's the voice that coddles you, tells you it's all going to be fine, that you deserve to take the easy road. And let me tell you something, that voice shows up at the worst fucking time, right when you're on the brink of something great. It's there to drag you down, to tell you to back off, to take the easy way out. You've got to outsmart that voice, learn your brain just like your brain has learned you. But then there's the other voice, the one that wakes you up in the middle of the night like a demon whispering in your ear. That voice says, get the fuck up. You're not good enough yet. You've got to work harder. You haven't put in the time. That's the voice you want to run from, the one that scares the shit out of you because it's telling you the hard truth. But guess what? That's the voice you need to listen to. That's the voice that's going to push you past your limits and into greatness. Stay hard. Listen to that whisper. It's your only shot at winning. In this soft-ass world, we're taught to sugarcoat everything, to pick the right words so nobody's feelings get hurt. But you know what? Fuck that. Tell yourself the truth. If someone calls you fat, maybe they're an asshole, but maybe you're actually fucking fat. If someone calls you dumb, yeah, it's mean, but maybe you've been slacking, not pushing yourself to learn. It's life, man. Take that harsh truth and use it as fuel. Use that pain, that sting, and let it drive you. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how you feel, it's about what you do with those feelings. Channel that shit. Period. Success isn't some straight path you just cruise along. It's a fucking maze. You think you've got it all figured out, and bam, you hit a wall. So what do? You turn around, you start again, you keep grinding. There's no easy way, there's no shortcut. It's just you, the maze, and your will to keep going. Stay hard, keep pushing, keep fighting. People are fucking hilarious, aren't they? It's like no matter what you do, they're always going to have something to say. When I was fat, lazy, and insecure, couldn't get my shit together in school or life, people were all up in my face with their advice. They were ready to dish out tips on how I could improve, how I could pull my sorry ass together. But then when I flipped the script, when I lost the weight, got in shape, started studying, and decided to become one of the hardest motherfuckers out there, guess what? They still had shit to say. They talked shit when I was fat, and they talked shit when I wasn't. Here's the truth, people don't want to see you better than them. That's what it boils down to. When you're fat and lazy, you make them feel good about their mediocre ass lives. But when you crawl out of that pit of hell you've been in, when you rise up and start making something of yourself, you make them feel like shit. They can't handle that you made it out, that you found the discipline and grit to push through. The thing is, there's enough fucking pie for everyone to eat. But instead of grinding for their own slice, they'd rather hate on someone who's outworking them. Don't be that motherfucker. Stay hard. Mediocrity is a comfy ass bed that's way too easy to lay in. That's why so many people surround themselves with other mediocre folks. They love that get out of jail free card. The one that lets them off the hook every time life gets tough. They want people around them saying, it's okay, don't worry about it when they fail or quit. But Man, those people who are out there every day pushing themselves, grinding, making shit happen, they scare the fuck out of you. Why? Because they make you question who you are. They make you uncomfortable. They make you see the truth about your own laziness and fear. And that's exactly where you need to be. You need to be around those motherfuckers who make you squirm, who make you question everything. That's where growth happens. I wasn't born this way. I fucking made myself. At the bottom of all my insecurities, fears, self-doubt, and lies was the real me, curled up in the fetal position, scared shitless. The only way I got out of that dark hole was by facing it head on, recognizing it, being brutally honest with myself, and then fixing it. We live in a world of bullshit. Social media is packed with lies we tell about ourselves, about how great we are. But that's just a mask. You got to dig down to the source of your problems, get real with yourself, and fix that shit. The grind is forever. There's no finish line in life, no point where you can say, I've made it. As long as you're breathing, you're in the fight. The fridge is never full. You've never arrived, stay hard. I usually don't overthink shit. I get my shoes on and head the fuck out. But lately, that internal voice has been creeping in, telling me I'm tired, making me stare at my shoes for 30 minutes before I put them on. So I decided to tape record myself. That internal voice I played back sounded like a straight bitch. If you ever find yourself struggling, do the same. Record that shit. Ask yourself, what kind of bitch am I being right now? The most important conversation you'll ever have in this life is the one you have with yourself. That conversation is your constant companion when you wake up, when you walk through your day, and when you lay your head down at night. It's that voice that's always with you. And eventually it's that voice that dictates your actions, whether those actions are good or bad. People out there, those haters, those jealous motherfuckers, they're everywhere. They'll try to get in your head, try to break you down. But here's what you need to understand. They can't infiltrate your mind unless you let them. What have you done today? Not yesterday, not last week, today. Nobody gives a fuck about what you did yesterday. You've got to change that weak ass dialogue in your head. That, yeah, I should be mentality. That doesn't cut it. You need to ask yourself every damn day, what have I done today to get better? Because nothing's guaranteed, not your health, not your strength, nothing. So when your legs give out, when your knees are shot to hell, you've got to find something else that works. You've got to keep pushing, keep finding ways to improve. Life is one long ass test. Some people, when they get tested, they lay down, they quit. Others, they find a way to keep going, to get around the obstacle, to outlast the pain. That's me. I don't see failure as the end. Failure is just another step in the process, man. It's about finding the drive to keep moving forward, to keep grinding on the same path you just stumbled on. That's the real test. When I was in the military, we'd go on these instructor-led runs. Most of the time, we knew where the start and end point were. As we got closer to the end, I could see people getting all happy, thinking the suffering was almost over. But some of those instructors, they were sadistic motherfuckers. They'd hear the happiness, see those smiles, and then blow right past the end point. And when that happened, all that hope drained out of people's faces. Heads would drop. And that's when I'd start taking souls. See, in that moment, I knew exactly what was happening in their minds. They were living off hope. They were hoping the run would end, hoping the water wouldn't be cold, hoping the weather would be nice. But I don't live off hope. I wish the water was cold. I wish those instructors would keep running, keep pushing, keep making it harder. When the end is unknown and the distance is uncertain, that's when you find out who the fuck you really are. Stay hard. All you see are these fit models with their perfect bodies, snapping pictures of their toned legs, their tight asses. If you're a guy, you're looking at those big arms, broad shoulders, ripped chests. And what do? You start busting your ass day in and day out, working your body, trying to look like that. But after weeks, after months, you don't see those same results and you get pissed. You think you failed. But here's the truth, those results are there. But you're comparing yourself to a fantasy, to an image that's been filtered and edited to perfection. What you need to do is take a snapshot of where you started, compare it to where you are now, and see the progress you've made. Don't let yourself get poisoned by that fake ass shit. Compare yourself to the only person that matters, yourself. Keep grinding. Stay hard. You are not putting in the work. You keep bullshitting yourself thinking you've done enough. But let me tell you something. It ain't never enough. You got to grind harder, push yourself further until you feel that overwhelming, undeniable feeling of, fuck man, I'm outworking everybody. I'm doing more than anyone else. That's the moment you know you're on the right track. But even then, it still might not be enough. You got to be relentless, man. Constantly pushing the limits, refusing to settle for anything less than greatness. I got obsessed, man, straight up fucking obsessed with being the baddest motherfucker God ever put on this planet. Am I that? I don't give a damn. I believe it, and that belief drives me every single day. I tried to tell people, once you get obsessed with something, truly obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. Fuck all that shit about balance. You want to be the best in the world? You want to dominate? Then you better be ready to tip the scales. To be the best, it ain't about being a Navy SEAL or some shit like that. It's about going to war with yourself, finding every ounce of energy, every scrap of strength, and using that to destroy anything in your way. Once you've clawed your way to the top, then you can talk about balance. Then you can help others rise up because you've shown them what's possible. But first, you got to become obsessed with being great. That kind of obsession, it changes everything. It rewires your brain, shifts your mindset, and turns you into a force of fucking nature. The moment you let the opinions of the outside world decide how you feel about yourself, that's the moment you start your fucking downfall. That's the day you start slipping into a life where you ain't living blessed, you ain't living secure, and you sure as hell ain't loving yourself. The toughest obstacle out there, it ain't them. It's you. I realize all those people talking shit, they don't matter. They're gone. What was harming me was me. I was my own damn enemy. It ain't the car you drive, the bling you wear, or the size of your house that tells you your worth. Fuck all that shit. You gotta love yourself, believe in yourself, and do it without needing a damn bit of validation from anyone. You can't control your dad. You can't control the names people call you. And you sure as shit can't control all the bullshit life throws your way. But those things, they were holding me down. They started defining my reality. My reality became the shit they put in my head. But guess what? If you don't own your life, if you don't own your mind, you ain't the boss. You got to take full fucking responsibility for everything you do. Why the hell would you let someone else be in control? You got to be the king or queen of your own damn kingdom. Own your shit. You can't walk into life with your eyes half closed, clueless as fuck. You got to know exactly what you're getting into. You got to take possession of your life and own that shit. Life will fuck with your mind. And when it does, you're lost. Your goals, gone. Your ambitions, out the damn window. We all go through some real tough shit in life. Your girlfriend or boyfriend dumps you. So what? Get the fuck over it. They ain't worth your time. You failed a test even though you busted your ass. Too bad. You failed. Get over it. Move the fuck on. Don't let life hijack your brain. You've been grinding at work, busting your ass for that promotion, but someone else gets it. Maybe they kiss ass better than you. So what? Get over it. Life will hijack your mind if you let it. Don't let that shit make you a lesser person. You got to own your mind. Don't let life own yours. Get after it, stay hard as fuck, and keep pushing. I love me, and when the day comes that you decide to stop loving me, guess what? I'm not going to love myself any less. I believe in me, and if you stop believing in me, I don't give a fuck. I won't believe in myself any less. If you think I'm irrelevant, that no one's checking for me, that I don't mean shit to the world, good for you. But that don't mean I'm going to believe that shit about myself. Have your own damn opinions and feelings about yourself and fuck the feedback. Discipline isn't just for me, it's all on you. The self part. That's what's big. We rely on others too damn much. We look right, we look left, always searching for help. But if you can build that self, that total accountability within, then you've got something. It's not about being selfish. It's about seeing how far you can push yourself. And that's all it's about. There's a world out there screaming at you, telling you who the fuck you are. And then there's a world in here inside your own damn mind trying to do the same thing. So, were you going to plant your flag? Cause that outside world? It's loud as fuck, tempting as hell with all the flashy bullshit. It's got all the toys, the glitter, and the shiny distractions. But here's the kicker, you're chasing all that because deep down you don't think you're enough in the first place. Life? It's a goddamn tug of war. And you don't win that shit by pushing the rope, you win it by pulling. A lot of times you got to pull yourself through life. This morning I didn't want to get the fuck out of bed. But guess what? I pulled my ass up. And the more I got into that run, the more confidence I started building. But to get that confidence, you got to be willing to pull yourself out of bed. Pull yourself out of that funk. Pull yourself out of whatever bullshit life's throwing at you. By the time I finished that run, I was like, I just beat your ass again. You got to be willing to find that confidence, stay in the fight, stay in the war, stay in the battle, armor your fucking mind. Now, if you got faults, if you feel insecure and inferior because of that, well, good, you should. But not so much that it cripples you. Not so much that you can't take action. You don't beat yourself into the ground because you ain't perfect. Nobody is. But if you're lying in the dirt, beating yourself down, you can't get up and get better. So yeah, acknowledge your weaknesses, but then get the fuck up and fix them. Today, I was out running in this brutal 100-degree heat with 70% humidity. This dude drives by in his car, turns around and asks me, "Why are you out here?" I told him, "Because you're not sometimes. Your motivation needs to be as simple as that because no one else is willing to do it." Yeah, we need doctors, lawyers, dentists, and teachers, but you know what else we need? Savages. This message ain't for everyone. Someone asked me some soft ass shit like, "Do you have sunscreen on?" Fuck that. I'm not asking you to be like me, do you? But whatever you do, stay hard. I'm on this journey to find more of myself, and the only way to do that is to silence the world as much as I can. It's getting busier, faster, and the more it does, the easier it is to lose who the fuck you are. You gotta be quiet in your mind, get away from people. Yeah, we love being around others, talking, partying, all that shit, but it's okay to be alone. It's also okay to be unhappy. I wasn't born this hard-ass motherfucker. I made him. At the bottom of my insecurities, fear, self-doubt, and lies, there was me curled up, broken. How'd I get out? By recognizing the truth, being honest with it, and fixing it. We like to live on social media, lying about how great we are. But you gotta get to the source and fix the real problem. Don't judge yourself against anyone but you. You're not racing against anyone but yourself. When you compare yourself to others, you're already losing man. This race is you against you. So don't get caught up in all the social media bullshit where you're at, what you're doing, how great you think you are. Leave that behind. Focus on yourself, where you're going, and only that become your best self. I'm all about being your own hero. You got to drop that old mindset, man. It's dead weight. We fool ourselves into thinking we've worked harder than we have. Most of us haven't even scratched the surface. The one thing you got to learn in life is just know yourself. Don't count on others to save you. A lot of you aren't proud of who you are. You don't like the person you become. Do what I did, start from scratch. A, build someone you're proud of. Stay hard. Life's always testing you, always throwing shit at you, trying to give you an excuse to quit. But you got to show the fuck up every day, no matter what. It's your responsibility to face life head on, to gear up for battle every damn day. I don't care what kind of shit storm you're in your job, is to find your new 100% and give that. Stay hard. When I run, I'm not just training for a race, I'm training for life. I'm callous in my mind, getting ready for that 2 a.m. call when something tragic happens. I'm training so that when life hits me with its worst, I don't fall apart. I'm building my mind, body, and spirit into one unbreakable unit, ready for whatever the fuck life throws my way. Because life will throw a lot at you. And if you're not ready, you'll crumble. And then what good are you to anyone? Push through the pain, and there's glory waiting on the other side. But you've got to get through it. And sometimes getting through it means stepping out of your comfort zone. See, a lot of folks are way too comfortable these days. Back in the day, we didn't have followers. We didn't have people hyping us up on Instagram. We just had to get our asses up every day, go back to work and do it all over again. The only approval we had was self-approval. And that's the only approval that matters. Stay hard. You want to know what I do when I'm tired, worn out, or just sick of the grind? I show the fuck up anyway. I get it done, even if I'm just going through the damn motions. I don't feel like working out. I hit the gym. I don't feel like hammering away on that project. I hammer that shit out. I don't feel like getting out of bed. I get my ass up and out. You don't take the day off, not today. Push that shit to tomorrow. Don't give in to that weak ass voice whispering in your ear, trying to sell you on some bullshit about instant gratification. Shut that voice the fuck down. Go through the motions. Lift the weights. Sprint the hill. Tackle the project. Get your ass out of bed and get after it. People don't get that pain has two sides. One side is the suffering, the discomfort, the shit that makes you want to quit. That's the side everyone knows because it hurts. And that's why everyone remembers it. But there's another side of pain. It's called effort. It's called glory. It's called pushing through that bullshit because there's something greater on the other side. Most people never tap into it because the first time they feel that burn, that discomfort, they back the fuck off. They feel that shit and start rationalizing, telling themselves they can't do it. That's why people give up so easily. Why kids today can't finish shit. As soon as things get uncomfortable or hard, they're out. I can't do it anymore, but let me tell you something. The greatest pain in my life is the reason I'm standing here today. Inspiration is found in every footstep, every grip on that iron bar, every mile in the pool. Inspiration is found in suffering. That's where you build yourself. Stay hard. The choices you make right now, those are on you. You're still crying about some shit that happened when you were a kid. You ain't a kid no more, man. You're a grown-ass man now. Own your shit. Stop blaming your past or your parents or anybody else for the dumb shit you're doing now. Nobody made you sit your ass down and play video games all day. Man the fuck up. Stop whining. Get your ass in front of that mirror and take full ownership. Mediocrity's everywhere, man. It's like a fucking plague. Everybody's out here looking for the easy way, the shortcut, the soft spot to land. Why? Because mediocrity feels good. It's warm, it's safe, and it's full of excuses. We love surrounding ourselves with mediocre ass people because they hand us a get out of jail free card every time shit gets hard. They tell us, it's okay, man. Don't worry about it. We love that bullshit. We eat it up. Why? Because it lets us off the hook. We tell ourselves we're good, man. But here's the truth. You don't want to be around people who let you off the hook, man. You don't want to be around people who give you a pass when you're slacking. Nah, you need to be around those savages who are getting after it every damn day, holding you accountable, making you uncomfortable. Those people who make you question yourself, who push you to be better, that's exactly where you need to be. That's where the growth happens. Most of why y'all think you're grinding harder than you really are. You think getting up early for 4 days straight means you've earned something. Newsflash, you haven't done shit. You got to drop that weak ass mindset. You think you're working hard. Trust me, you ain't even scratched the surface. Most of us are just coasting, thinking we've done enough. Wake the fuck up. Stop counting on others to pull you up. Learn to help yourself. Stay hard. People ask me, how do you stay hungry all the time? Simple. I don't rest on my accomplishments. I don't sit back and get comfortable. Most of these guys out here, they hit one goal and then they get soft. They graduate buds, hit a milestone and think they've made it. Then they wonder, why am I losing my edge? What's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. You hit the top of the mountain and stop climbing. You got comfortable and now you're sliding back down. That's mediocrity. There are a lot of folks with a nice resume, but they're one-hit wonders. They did something big once, made some money, and now they're coasting. Guess what? You're mediocre now, man. What the hell have you done lately? What's on your agenda today, tomorrow, the next day? Keep pushing, or you'll fade into nothing. Why do people give a damn about that? Because they don't truly believe in themselves. Most folks have been beat down, bullied, told they ain't gonna be shit. I've been there too. It's hard to shake that off, and even when you start winning, there's a part of you that still wants those people to notice. You want them to finally say, you did it, but here's the truth, they're gonna pretend like they don't see you winning. So why do you care? Stop giving a damn about them. Just like they're pretending you don't exist, you gotta pretend they don't either. That's gonna eat them up inside even more. Think about all the fucking time you've wasted, years, months, days, hours on people who do nothing but drain your energy. Today's the day to cut those motherfuckers off. Kill off the ones who only hit you up when they need something. Cut them loose because they're holding you back, keeping you tied to the past and not letting you move forward. Life's too short, man. Spend your time with the real ones, the people who truly got your back, who add value to your life. Everybody else, if they're sucking up the air you breathe, you need to be hard. But listen up, there's no damn reason to stay down just because someone else is dragging you there. Loyalty, it's got an expiration date, and some of why y'all are clinging to it like it's your lifeline, but you're drowning with that dead weight. Ain't nothing wrong with being loyal, holding it down for your people, but not at the expense of your dreams, your goals, your fucking life. You got to cut the dead weight, reawaken that beast inside, and let your ass fly. This is your season for greatness, but only if you love yourself enough to step into it. Sometimes you got to drag your own ass out of bed and face the day, even when you don't feel like it. The biggest enemy you've got to fight is the one staring back at you in the mirror. There's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. That's the truth. There are so many times in life when you don't want to be doing the shit you're doing. But guess what? You don't get to quit. This isn't some half-ass hobby. It ain't a fucking joke. This is a lifestyle. So what you tell yourself matters. There's no coasting, no training wheels to keep you going. It's just you alone out there in the trenches. Stay uncommon amongst uncommon people. You're never done. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're fucking done. Stay hard. It's the grind that molds you, not the game. And that's why most of you get your ass handed to you in the game or fuck up when it counts. Because you think the grind is when the sun's shining, when the lights are on, when everyone's watching. That's bullshit. The real grind happens in the dark, when nobody sees you, when nobody gives a damn what you're doing. It's when you're studying without a coach, banging out those extra reps, watching those videos to get inspired, or switching up your music to get in the zone. A lot of people whine about overtraining. You want to talk about overtraining? You need to train first, motherfucker. So when it comes to working out, stop overthinking shit. Don't have a trainer. Who gives a fuck? Get out there and start moving. Lace up your fucking shoes and start running. Hit the gym, hop on the elliptical. This isn't rocket science. You wake up sore, feeling like you overtrained. No, you just got sore legs. Get out of your head and stop making excuses. Stay hard. Those moments when you get up early and grind, those late nights when you push through exhaustion, those times when you don't want to do shit, but you do it anyway, that right there is the fucking dream. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Everyone's got dreams, but the real place to make them happen is in isolation. I walked into isolation as David Goggins, but I walked out as Goggins, a fucking savage. When you're preparing for a fight, whether it's MMA or just a battle with life, you don't stay out in the open, you go into isolation. That's when your mind sharpens, your focus locks in, your dedication gets real. Don't use this time to fuck around, use it to build strength, gain focus. Isolation is where you forge your mind into a weapon. Go dark, go quiet, get away from people. We love the noise, the parties, the bullshit, but it's okay to be alone. It's okay to be unhappy. Now go out there and stay fucking hard. Life is one big motherfucking tug of war, and you don't win that shit by pushing the rope. You got to pull that motherfucker. And most of the time, you got to pull your own ass through life. This morning, I didn't want to get up. Tried dragging my lazy ass out of bed, but guess what? The more I pushed into that run, step after step, I started to feel that confidence build. But here's the deal, you only get that confidence when you force yourself to pull your ass out of bed, pull yourself out of that funk, and drag yourself through whatever bullshit life throws at you. By the end of that run, I was like, fuck you, life, I beat your ass again. You got to be willing to dig deep and find that confidence. Stay in the fight, stay in the war, stay in the battle, arm your fucking mind. A lot of us are stuck in solitude right now in our homes, apartments, wherever the hell we live. But more than that, we're stuck in solitude in our own minds. Life is the most brutal, unrelenting sport there is. And you know what? That's what we have to love about it. We have to flip that shit and love the fact that life keeps coming at us. No breaks, no timeouts. You can't just call a timeout like in a game when your coach doesn't like something. You got to figure that shit out on the fly. You have to be the person who's always fucking ready. A man is rewarded in public for what he does in private. So can you unplug for just a moment and focus on your damn self? Focus on what really matters. Sometimes you got to take a break from everything, disappear, and come back and shock the world. But this solitude we're all dealing with now, that's the shit we don't want to face. It's forcing us to confront all the things we don't like about ourselves. We've been using life as one big escape, and now that escape is gone. All those distractions we leaned on, they're not there anymore. This is the time right now for you to stop running from shit. Get a pen and paper and look inside yourself. Stop looking at me or anyone else to be the hero of your story. This is your time in all that solitude to get to know who the fuck you really are. Be alone with yourself. Write that shit down. Face the hard truths in life, knowing this, we're all fragile in this world. But when we die, we better die with some fucking meaning, with some purpose. Stay hard. You got to figure out what the fuck you want in life. We're bombarded with so much bullshit from every direction that most of us are lost as hell. We don't even know what we want because we don't spend enough time alone getting to know ourselves. Everyone wants destiny. Everyone wants to manifest their dreams. Everyone wants that next level, better relationships, a higher quality of life. But nobody's willing to cut out the distractions. Nobody wants to disappear for months and focus solely on themselves. Everyone's got an opinion, but why the hell would you let someone else's opinion keep you from living a life that could make history? The moment you decide to stop being ordinary and start being exceptional, people aren't going to like it. That shit makes them uncomfortable. They'll judge you. They'll talk behind your back. Hell, they'll even post about it online like the cowards they are. Don't let those fucking cowards get in your head. At the end of the day, do you. Stay hard.